So it looks like our next destination is going to be Volt's Cavern, which is where we're going to go next. So, what's going on, everybody? This is Double RPG here, and welcome to another episode of Double RPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom. In today's episode, we are going to go to Volt's Cavern to try to get through the place in order to try and get a contract with Volt, but I am not sure if we're going to have enough time to fight against the Summon Spirit, as we'll just go through most of the cave and get up to the peak of the mountain where, you know, Volt is, and then we'll stop things from there. Anyway, let's get on with this episode that's already in progress, and since we're here at Euclid, let's, you know, explore the town a little bit and see if we can, you know, see what are some of the things that are going on in town, and maybe we can try to, upgrade some of our equipment if we can, which I doubt we will be able to, since we already, you know, since we will, or since we had already, you know, upgraded our equipment when we were in Venezia in the last episode, which I, you know, cut off most of those parts since I didn't have time to go through all of them, so, yeah. Okay, but let's go ahead and take a look at the weapon and armor shop, as they should have some stuff there for us. Well, not a whole lot of stuff, just some stuff for Kless and Chester, but we already got those items, or we got some ones that are stronger. And we already got stronger equipment back in Venezia, so yeah, what's the point? Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the variety store. I think, or the supply store. Talk to that man on the counter if you want to buy something. Huh, wow. Let's go ahead and buy a... Well, actually, we got some more rune bottles there, so nice. We could actually use some for the herbs that we find in the game. You know, all the herbs that we find in case if we need to get through the place, or, you know, to get through this game to upgrade Kless's stats. And notice that one of the kids in that house said triplets. It's like, what? Why would they say that? I guess it's because since they're, you know, oh, the days, you know, Days In. Oh, I'm wondering if, you know, I wonder if, you know, if the actual company Days In saw that, they, you know, Namco would probably get sued for that. No, they wouldn't. I'm sure it's called something else in the actual translation of the game, but, you know, for fan translations, not everything's going to be the exact same, so, yeah. Okay, and, we can buy medicine here, but I don't think we need any medicine, since we already have quite enough on our plate as it is. And there's the food shop. We can go ahead and we can buy some food here in case we need to fill up the sack or whatever. So I'm gonna buy an apple for this child. Nice. Okay, we don't need anything else. So I think you know, I think we're good enough to go ahead and leave this. He's walking alongside. Oh, what a jerk. But regardless, we can go ahead and we can leave this town, and we can go ahead and head southwards. But before we go into Volt's Cavern, here we are at Tornix D. Morrison's old estate. Because something tells me there's going to be a new Morrison inside this house. We got some kids living here. Some of them probably elves, and some of them half-elves. And there is a peddler here. But nothing new, as some of the weapons and equipment he has are just plain useless. Okay, he's not down here, so let's go ahead and head upstairs. But notice, since we're here in 4352 or 4354, that Tornix is not here. He's probably already long gone. But there is a Morrison here nonetheless. Are you a Morrison? Yes, I'm Harold D. Morrison. So this is Tornix's nephew, Harold, who is the current Morrison living in this household. And Harold cannot even lend his help to us because The elven blood that's in his veins have thinned out, so he can't even use magic. But, he's letting us stay here free of charge, you know, just the best of his abilities to help out. But he also can't tell what Kless, Mint, and Chester's futures are, since they live in the present, because Harold doesn't want them to change their destiny as it already is. But, yeah. You know, people like that, they don't want people's destinies to change in case if they want to try and know their future or whatever. Yeah, and I definitely don't want to know about my future. You know, my future is what I make, you know, for myself. Kind of like how everybody's future is made, you know, for themselves. You know, some of them can be good, some of them can be really bad, but most of the time, you know, they need to be good, or else, you know, if they start going bad, then things are not going to be very good in the future. Okay, since we got a couple of lavenders, let's go ahead and use the, rune bottle. We got some red lavenders, and we can use that on Kless to upgrade his strength to 4 points. He has 91 points in strength. Nice. And we're here at Volt's Cavern, and some of the stuff that's inside the cavern is actually sort of a maze. And we will sometimes be brought back to this one spot, but I will show you that once we get to it, and then I'll cut back to where we needed to go, you know, where we need to go in order to get through this place a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and fight some of the enemies that are here. And we got the firebrand technique. And basically, Kless will start to do like a rising uppercut with his sword, but it has some flames, and then he'll throw it, you know, down like a boomerang or something on his enemy. So it's not that bad. I would definitely use that ability when we go to the country of Fenrir much later. Well, I wouldn't say much later. It'll probably be in short time, because after we go to Alvanista, we will have to end up finding the civilizations of Fenrir and Odin as our next, you know, things that we have to do, or as the next things that we must do on our agenda. And Chester gained another level. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and go through these. Now notice this right here. We will have to use the Sorcerer's Ring when we're activating this electrical outlet of sorts, because they activate the doors for us. Okay, that got us through. Grimorium, and I think that's a new book for, Clarth. The Grimorium. Yes, it is. So, that's something we can equip for him, but, you know, since we have, Chester right now, we can't get access. Well, maybe we can get, I don't know if we can get access to, you know, a party member's, equipment when they're, you know, not, you know, being fully active at this time. Kind of like, how Clark's not active around right now. And there goes me trying to use a life bottle at this point when it goes slow. You know, when people use life bottles like that, they expect that, you know, their party members are to be resurrected in short time. Not, you know, a long time, because that kind of, you know, kills the purpose of trying to resurrect your allies very quickly. But if you do want to make things go a bit more quickly, then you can use Mint's spell called Raise Dead, and I think we get that in just a little bit, but I think we may already have it at this point. Well, if we did have it, then Chester would probably already be back up before we fully used up that life bottle, so I don't think we have it at this point. Now, that switch down there, we need to hit that in order to, when we go down here, we need to hit that switch in order to make this contraption work really well. But, once we try to use it, we're not going to be able to, you know, get through the door that we need to go, and we're going to have to, you know, backtrack our way to get to where, you know, we need to activate that switch that we saw before we, you know, came along this direction, because, you know, if we try to go back there, the door is already going to be closed, and we won't be able to make our way back. And that was the distortion spell that Archie used. And basically, the distortion spell, it will trap enemies in a void to where they will not be able to, you know, escape. So basically, you can think of it as a death spell of sorts. So yeah, it's not that bad. Okay, let's go ahead and I'll show you this real quick and see how slow it is. Yeah, it's slow. We will not be... And notice that the door doesn't open fully, so we're going to have to make our way back this way. And if you go this direction, and if you go up the stairs, you're brought back to that one spot where we got that shield ring and such. So let me cut off here, and we'll make it back to that one spot. Okay, now here's the switch that we need to push. Because if we do that, and once we get back to that one spot, which is not too far from here, we should be able to flip this other switch that will make the door open fully. And that door actually already opened. And if we pull this lever, that will make that door on the other side over there open fully. Take a look. Yep, and the electric currents go on a little bit longer. So activated the side here and just go through this, you know, through that set of door, you know, through that door. Not set of doors, but just the door. Okay, open up this. We got an apple, but we can't carry anymore, but we got some bread this time. Okay, now this part is really, really tricky. What you want to do is you want to get the door on the right to be open, so because that's the closest you can get to, because this puzzle, it's very, very short, and you need to be very quick in order to get through that door. But I'll show you once I cut off here just a second. You know, since we're already making, you know, some pretty good progress within this dungeon, I think we should be able to, you know, fight against Volt, you know, considering at the time where we're at right now. So, yeah, we should be able to fight him, and then we shall close off this episode. So, looks like you're getting a little bit of a bonus today, gamers, as we will be able to fight against, you know, a boss for once. Or another boss for once, or a boss in this time period for once. Let's put it that way. And there is a Sylph broom. Nice. A broom made by the summoned spirit of wind for Archie to use. I think one of the things that when we visited Alvanista in the past, when we took a look at the Magical Research Academy, that that one of the scientists wanted to study Archie's broom, and he asked her if she could, you know, if he could borrow it, but she was like, "Oh, hell no!" Yeah, it's just very funny. Okay, and here's another contraption that we have right here. What we need to do is we need to hit them in order from right to left. And we have to be very quick in order for this contraption to work, or else the door's not going to open. So let me show you here real shortly. Okay. There we go. Now we can go ahead and go through here. And walk up here. There's electricity. And there is Volt right there. But Volt is speaking in code, and we don't know what he's saying. He loves us. I love you. I love... What? You know, he says, I owe you. And there was a heart sign and such, so... Something's really weird here. And Volt has some assistance in this battle, like Undine does. Or like Undine did when we fought against her, so... Nothing new. But since we took care of the cohorts, we can focus all of our strength on taking down Volt. And Volt can be a little bit of a pain in the rear end because he has a little bit of high defenses on him. So, yeah, just be a little bit patient when you're fighting it. And did Archie just use indignation on this summon spirit? Okay, there. You need to be using something like that. Not indignation, because this guy is lightning elemental, and indignation is lightning elemental. Not, you know, not something that you should be using when fighting against this boss. Oh, jeez. This guy's going to be a little bit more aggressive. But don't worry, he'll listen to us once as we defeat him, which we should be able to defeat him very shortly. And I think this is the first time we're using Chester to fight against the summon spirit. So, a little bit of a lesson for him to show, or for him to see how we take care of summon spirits. Yeah, I kind of like the sound of that. But regardless, we will. Oh, stop it! We're not using that spell. Oh gosh, something tells me I should have deactivated that spell, you know, before this battle, because I didn't know that she was going to be using that. But I don't think it would matter either way, because we finally defeated Volt, and we can finally forge a contract with him. And we got a Jade Ring. And I think a Jade Ring cuts the supply. Or it cuts the supply of tech points by 1/3. So that should be really good. And there, Volt is giving us a contract. Nice. We have the Summon Spirit of Lightning in our hands. But if we try to go back a little bit, see those treasure chests at the left there? After we get done seeing this, you know, set of text. Kless is gonna ask Archie to go grab them for us. Can you grab the treasure over there? Somehow I knew someone was gonna ask me. Just remember, Archie, we're watching. Don't go and steal any of it for yourself. Oh, geez. Looks like she and Chester are gonna be on bad terms with each other right at the moment. And, and now they don't like each other. Something tells me they are gonna have a really good relationship down the road. But anyway, I think this is probably a good spot to where we can go ahead and close things off for right now. So anyway, next time on Double RPG Let's Play with Tales of Phantasia on the Super Famicom, we are gonna go back to Euclid to use Volt's power to activate the Airbird, so that way we can fly over, you know, we can fly on the world map and get over to Alvanista quickly and learn where our next, you know, what our next mission is in order to try to fight against Douse. What our next objective is going to be to see how we can fight off against him properly. But anyway, if you have not done so already, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter with the links in the description. And if you like what you saw, be sure you rate this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments below to let me know what you guys thought of the episode. And if you are a big fan of JRPGs, and if you like the Nintendo Wii, or just RPGs in general, specifically JRPGs, then be sure you follow Operation Rainfall, Vesperia PS3, and Operation 13 if you want to get the games Xenoblade Chronicles, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower, as well as Tales of Vesperia on the PS3 and Tales of Xillia over in North America and in Europe, since, you know, Europe is bound to get the 3 Wii RPGs, but not, but also they're in the shadows of getting, or not in the shadows, but they're also not bound to get Vesperia on the PS3 at this moment. But you know, if you're European or if you're North American, if you want those games over here, well, specifically either one, you know, that the campaigns are directed towards, then make sure you follow their Facebook and Twitter accounts, as well as their blog spots. But Operation 13 does not have a blog spot, but a new one will, a blog spot website will be up this weekend to, you know, to be the headquarters for the campaign. Anyway, enough of my jabbing, so take care of yourselves, gamers, and I shall see you on the next episode. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys then.